The introduction to Rich Dad Poor Dad explores the author's upbringing with two influential fathers who held contrasting views on money and financial success. One father was highly educated but struggled financially, while the other became one of the richest individuals in Hawaii. The author discusses how these opposing viewpoints on money and financial matters influenced his thinking and decision-making. The book emphasizes that money is often not taught in schools and that financial education is crucial for achieving wealth. The author shares the lessons he learned from his rich dad, who believed in the power of financial education and understanding how money works. The book also touches on the importance of the mindset and thought patterns one holds regarding money, as well as the distinction between being broke and poor. In summary, Rich Dad Poor Dad delves into the significance of financial education and the impact of different perspectives on wealth and success. It sets the stage for the subsequent discussion of 6 key lessons that can help individuals achieve financial independence and build wealth. In Chapter 1 of the book, titled Lesson 1, The Rich Don't Work for Money, the author recalls a childhood experience where he and his friend Mike wanted to become rich after feeling excluded by wealthier kids. The author's dad suggests that to get rich, they need to learn how to make money, but he doesn't provide a clear answer. The author and Mike become business partners, collecting used toothpaste tubes, which leads to an amusing but short-lived experiment in making counterfeit coins. Eventually, the author's rich dad offers to teach them about making money, but with a condition: they have to work for him first. The author agrees, feeling frustrated by his low pay and lack of communication with his rich dad, leading to a confrontation in which the rich dad shares a different perspective on life's lessons. This chapter introduces the idea that the rich think differently about money and teaches the protagonist about the importance of learning life's lessons, even when they come in unexpected ways. In this passage from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, a young boy is learning valuable lessons about money and work from his rich dad. The central lessons and ideas conveyed in this passage include: 1. Life lessons. Life pushes people around, and individuals respond differently to these challenges. Some give up, some fight, while a few embrace life's challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. 2. Learning from Rich Dad. The rich dad teaches the young boy important lessons about money and life. He emphasizes the idea that one should aim to learn and make money work for them rather than just working for money. 3. Work for money versus have money work for you. Rich Dad makes a clear distinction between working for money and having money work for you. He believes that most people remain stuck in a cycle of working for money due to fear and a lack of financial education. 4. Taxation and financial education. Rich Dad introduces the concept of taxes and explains that financial education is essential to avoid the traps that many people fall into, such as high taxes and debt. 5. A test for the boys. Rich Dad tests the boys by offering increasing hourly wages from 25 cents to $5 to see if they will take the deal. He uses this exercise to illustrate the idea that most people have a price for their labor, and their financial decisions are often based on their emotions and desires. 6. Developing financial resilience. The passage highlights the importance of developing financial resilience and not letting the desire for quick money dictate one's choices. Overall, the passage emphasizes the importance of financial education, understanding the difference between working for money and having money work for you, and not falling into the trap of seeking immediate financial gain at the cost of long-term financial security and freedom. It also introduces the concept of controlling one's emotions and desires in financial decision-making. In this passage, Rich Dad imparts several important lessons to the narrator and his friend about money and work. Rich Dad emphasizes the role of fear and greed in people's lives and how they lead to the cycle of working for a paycheck and then spending that money. He encourages them to confront their emotions and use their minds to control their financial decisions. Rich Dad explains that many people are controlled by fear of not having enough money and the desire for more, which leads to a never-ending pursuit of money without addressing their fears. He also discusses the trap of working for money and how many rich people continue to work due to their fear of losing their wealth. He introduces the idea that ignorance about money, not the economy or the government, is the main cause of financial struggle. Rich Dad emphasizes the importance of learning to have money work for you and understanding that money is an illusion created by confidence and ignorance. He advises the boys to learn to choose their thoughts and not let emotions control their financial decisions. By doing so, they can see opportunities that others miss and avoid the trap of working for money. Rich Dad encourages the boys to use their imagination to identify ways to make money work for them and take control of their finances. In summary, this passage conveys important lessons about the psychology of money, the role of fear and desire, and the value of financial education and entrepreneurship. It encourages readers to think differently about money and work to achieve financial independence. Chapter 2 of the book discusses the importance of financial literacy and the distinction between assets and liabilities. The key points are: 1. Financial literacy is crucial. The chapter emphasizes the significance of financial education. The author, along with his friend Mike, benefited from a strong financial foundation provided by his rich dad during their childhood. This foundation helped them make informed financial decisions in their adult lives. 2. Assets versus liabilities. The most essential financial lesson is to distinguish between assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket, while liabilities take money out. This simple concept is the cornerstone of financial success. 3. Cash flow patterns. The chapter introduces the cash flow patterns of assets, liabilities, and a poor person or someone in the middle class. It highlights the importance of understanding how money flows in and out, especially in relation to assets and liabilities. 4. Importance of financial literacy. The chapter emphasizes that financial success is linked to being financially literate. Without this literacy, people make poor financial choices, which can lead to financial struggles. Gaining financial knowledge, both in words and numbers, is essential for achieving and maintaining wealth. Overall, the chapter underscores the idea that financial success is not determined by how much money you make but by how well you understand and manage your finances, particularly the distinction between assets and liabilities. The passage discusses the different financial perspectives of a rich person and a person in the middle class, highlighting the importance of understanding assets and liabilities. The key points are: 1. Cash flow patterns. The passage presents cash flow patterns for both a rich person and someone in the middle class. It emphasizes that a person's financial well-being can be determined by how they manage their money, and their cash flow reveals their financial habits. 2. The illusion of more money. It cautions against the misconception that having more money will automatically solve financial problems. The passage argues that more money often accentuates existing money management issues and can lead to increased spending. 3. Financial literacy. The importance of financial literacy is underscored. Many people work hard and excel professionally but struggle financially because they lack the skills to manage their money effectively. 4. Real estate as an investment. The passage challenges the common belief that a home is always a good investment. It suggests that buying a bigger, more expensive house can be a liability rather than an asset, especially if it doesn't generate income. 5. Asset versus liability. The distinction between assets and liabilities is crucial. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, while a liability takes money out. Understanding this difference is key to financial success. 6. Why the rich get richer. The passage shows that the rich get richer by investing in income-generating assets. Their assets produce more income, which is then reinvested, leading to wealth accumulation. 7. Why the middle class struggles. The middle class often faces financial struggles because their primary income comes from a salary, and as their income increases, so do their taxes and expenses. They typically rely on their homes as their primary assets instead of investing in income-producing assets. In summary, the passage emphasizes the need for financial education, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and the significance of smart money management to achieve financial success. It also highlights the contrast between the financial strategies of the rich and the middle class. The passage discusses the financial philosophy of treating a home as an investment, and the misconception that a pay raise allows for increased spending on a larger home, which contributes to today's debt-ridden society. The key points are: 1. Increased spending and debt. The pattern of using pay raises to buy larger homes or spend more has led to a society burdened by debt, even when individuals are advancing in their careers and receiving regular raises. This high-risk financial living is attributed to a lack of financial education. 2. Middle-class financial uncertainty. The middle class is facing increasing financial uncertainty due to factors like the shift from company pension plans to 401 plans and the instability of Social Security. This has created panic among the middle class. 3. Reliance on mutual funds. Many middle-class individuals opt for mutual funds as an investment choice, believing they provide safety and diversification. They often lack the time and knowledge to study investments and rely on fund managers' expertise. 4. The importance of financial education. The real tragedy is that a lack of early financial education is what leads to financial risk for the average middle-class person. They are often unable to seize opportunities because their financial positions are weak, with a heavy load of liabilities and a dependence on their job for income. 5. The asset versus liability distinction. The passage underscores the importance of understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. It encourages concentrating on buying income-generating assets as a path to building wealth. 6. Becoming financially independent. By focusing on acquiring assets rather than a bigger paycheck, individuals can work toward financial independence. As their asset base grows, they need to measure their success by their ability to cover expenses with income generated from assets. 7. Definition of wealth. The passage introduces a definition of wealth borrowed from R. Buckminster Fuller, which measures a person's ability to survive a certain number of days forward based on their cash flow from assets compared to expenses. 8. The path to becoming rich. The passage outlines a path to becoming rich, emphasizing the growth of the asset column and the reinvestment of cash flow from assets. It highlights the transition from dependency on wages to financial independence. In summary, the passage underscores the significance of financial education, the need to prioritize income-generating assets, and provides a practical approach to achieving financial independence and ultimately becoming wealthy. Chapter 3, titled Mind Your Own Business, emphasizes the importance of understanding the distinction between assets and liabilities in building wealth. The chapter conveys several key points. 1. Asset focus. The rich focus on building their asset columns, while most others concentrate on their income statements. The chapter discusses the story of Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, who considered himself to be in the real estate business rather than the hamburger business. 2. The difference between profession and business. The text highlights the difference between one's profession and their business. Many people work for their profession and neglect their business, which should revolve around their asset column. 3. Financial foundation. Financial struggle often arises from a lack of a financial foundation. Many people have no assets to fall back on and are forced to cling to their jobs and play it safe. They lack financial security. 4. Misconceptions about net worth. The chapter questions the accuracy of net worth as a financial measurement, as assets are often sold at a lower value or taxed on gains when individuals face financial troubles. 5. Acquiring real assets. To build a strong financial foundation, the author advises young people and parents to teach the difference between assets and liabilities. The focus should be on acquiring real assets, not liabilities or possessions with no real value. 6. Types of real assets. Real assets can be categorized into areas like real estate and small cap stocks. The author shares a preference for real estate and small companies stocks, given his love for these assets and his entrepreneurial spirit. 7. Maintaining a day job. The chapter suggests keeping a day job while actively building your asset column. Each dollar invested in the asset column becomes your employee and works for you continuously. 8. Buying luxuries last. The rich tend to buy luxuries with the income generated from their asset column, while the poor and middle class often buy luxuries first, often on credit, which can lead to financial burdens. 9. The biggest secret of the rich. The chapter hints at revealing the biggest secret of the rich in the next section. In summary, this chapter underscores the importance of building and maintaining a strong asset column, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and making wise financial decisions that prioritize long-term financial security over short-term luxuries. It sets the stage for revealing the rich's biggest secret in the following section. Chapter 4 of the book discusses the history of taxes and the power of corporations. It highlights how the concept of taxes, initially introduced to target the rich, ended up affecting the middle class more due to government's growing appetite for money. The rich, however, turned to corporations to protect their wealth and minimize tax liabilities. The chapter emphasizes that understanding the legal corporate structure provides the rich with a significant advantage over the poor and the middle class. Rich Dad advocates for financial education and explains how knowledge about taxes, corporations, and financial intelligence can help individuals escape the rat race, work towards financial independence, and achieve greater wealth. The author also introduces the concept of financial IQ, which encompasses skills in accounting, investing, understanding markets, and knowledge of the law. The chapter concludes by emphasizing the benefits of owning a corporation for tax advantages and asset protection. Rich Dad's advice is to mind your own business and focus on building assets to achieve financial freedom. Chapter 5 of the book discusses the importance of being bold and financially literate in order to succeed in the modern world. It begins with a story about Alexander Graham Bell and how his boldness in pursuing his telephone invention led to a multi-billion-dollar industry. The chapter highlights that often, it's not just intelligence but also confidence and audacity that determine success. The author, who has been a teacher since 1984, emphasizes that self-doubt is a common factor holding people back from realizing their potential. He argues that, in the real world, qualities like guts, chutzpah, and daring are more critical than just academic qualifications. The chapter also stresses the need to develop financial intelligence, which includes understanding money, taking risks, and having the courage to make financial decisions. The author discusses how wealth today is based on information and that financial intelligence can create more opportunities and options. Furthermore, the author introduces a board game called Cash Flow, which is designed to teach players about financial concepts, cash flow, and wealth building. The game offers players personalized feedback and encourages them to think creatively about financial problems. The author points out that limiting one's options is akin to clinging to old ideas and that developing financial intelligence allows individuals to create their own luck and be more successful in the fast-paced world of finance. The chapter concludes by discussing the power of the mind, the idea that money is not real but based on agreements, and the importance of developing financial intelligence to be part of the evolving world where people work primarily with their minds. The chapter also provides a practical example of creating money by investing in real estate during an economic downturn, showcasing how financial intelligence can lead to opportunities for significant financial growth. In a depressed market, the author, Kim, and his partner engaged in 6 buy, create, and sell transactions, generating over $190,000 in assets through promissory notes with 10% interest. This income, approximately $19,000 per year, was sheltered through a private corporation and used for expenses like company cars, gas, trips, insurance, and dinners with clients. They illustrate how financial intelligence can invent, create, and protect money. They emphasize the advantages of creating money through financial intelligence over traditional savings, with a promissory note's long-term income potential. If someone doesn't pay, it's considered good news as the property can be resold and fees can be collected. This method allows them to generate significant wealth with minimal initial investment and low risk. The author outlines 4 essential technical skills for financial intelligence. 1. Accounting, the ability to read financial numbers. 2. Investing, making money work for you. 3. Understanding markets, meeting the demands of the market. 4. Knowledge of the law, awareness of legal and regulatory aspects. He highlights that a strong financial foundation is crucial for success in various wealth-building opportunities, like real estate, stocks, and more. The author's personal experiences involve real estate and small-cap stocks. He advises people to invest in areas they understand and emphasizes that their examples are not recommendations, but rather illustrations of what is possible. They recommend having a strong base in real estate, which provides steady cash flow and stability, allowing for greater risks in other investments, like speculative stocks. The text also discusses the 2 types of investors, those who buy packaged investments and those who create investments by identifying opportunities, raising capital, and assembling deals. Learning these skills can help individuals overcome financial obstacles and open doors to wealth. Ultimately, the author underscores that financial intelligence, knowledge, and the ability to manage risk are key to success in the world of investing and wealth creation. In Chapter 6 of the book, titled Mork to Learn, Don't Mork for Money, the author discusses the importance of learning and acquiring new skills as opposed to simply working for money. The chapter starts with an anecdote about an interview with a young reporter who aspires to be a best-selling author. When the author suggests that she should learn sales and marketing skills to enhance her career, she is offended, as she believes her education in English literature should be enough. The author emphasizes that learning additional skills, such as sales and marketing, can significantly increase one's income and career opportunities. The author highlights the idea that many people, despite their education and talents, earn low incomes. He introduces the concept that most individuals are one skill away from great wealth and suggests that financial intelligence is a synergy of skills in accounting, investing, marketing, and law. He also discusses how the traditional education system tends to produce specialists, and how he advocates learning a little about a lot, similar to what his rich dad advised. The author shares personal experiences, such as leaving a high-paying job at Standard Oil to join the Marine Corps and later working in sales for Xerox. He explains how these experiences helped him develop valuable skills that were not taught in school. He also discusses the importance of taking a long-term view of one's life and being open to learning new skills, even if it means taking on a second job. The chapter concludes by addressing the issue of workers who focus on job security and simply working for a paycheck. The author recommends looking at the long-term implications of one's career choices and considering acquiring skills that are valuable in the long run. Overall, this chapter emphasizes the importance of continuous learning and acquiring new skills as a means to increase income and long-term financial success. It challenges the traditional notion of job security and the concept of working solely for money. In this passage, the author discusses the concept of specialization and its impact on earning potential. The author observes that even highly educated professionals, such as doctors and school teachers, may find themselves limited in their income potential due to the specialized nature of their skills. The author suggests that in such cases, it's wise to unionize for protection. The author highlights an example using McDonald's as a successful business, despite many people believing they can make better hamburgers. McDonald's excels in business systems and marketing, making them more profitable. The author emphasizes the importance of understanding business systems over simply focusing on perfecting a skill. The author shares a story of an artist who inherited money and decided to invest in advertising but lacked the business knowledge to make it successful. This highlights the common issue of talented individuals who struggle financially because they focus on their skills but lack business acumen. The text also discusses the idea of becoming highly specialized and how this can lead to professional dependence and vulnerability. The author encourages a more well-rounded approach, learning various aspects of business systems. The passage underscores the significance of sales and marketing skills, as well as the ability to communicate effectively and handle rejection. The author recommends improving communication skills through courses and practice. The importance of giving and teaching is emphasized, as it contributes to financial and personal growth. The author differentiates between the approaches of their educated dad, who focused on receiving before giving, and their rich dad, who believed in giving to receive. The passage closes with the author acknowledging their dual nature, blending aspects of capitalism and social responsibility, while critiquing the education system for contributing to income inequality. In Chapter 7 of the book, the author discusses the primary obstacles that can hinder people from achieving financial independence. The main focus is on two key obstacles: fear and cynicism. 1. Overcoming fear. The author emphasizes that both rich and poor people experience fear, especially when it comes to money and investing. The primary difference between the two groups is how they manage that fear. Rich individuals may still experience fear but handle it differently. The author stresses that it's okay to be fearful and even a coward when it comes to money. The key is to act despite the fear and not let it paralyze you. The author also highlights the benefits of starting early when it comes to investing. 2. Overcoming cynicism. Cynicism and doubt can prevent people from taking action and seizing financial opportunities. The author points out that these doubts often arise from outside influences, including friends, family, and media. The chapter explains how these negative attitudes can discourage individuals from pursuing investments, such as real estate or the stock market. The author stresses the importance of analyzing opportunities instead of merely criticizing them. The reluctance to deal with minor inconveniences or perceived drawbacks can hinder individuals from pursuing financial freedom. Overall, the chapter encourages readers to overcome fear and cynicism, to take calculated risks, and make informed financial decisions to achieve financial independence. It emphasizes that playing it too safe can be just as detrimental as taking unnecessary risks, and it's crucial to find a balance between the two. The passage discusses several key points. 1. Investment strategy. The narrator and their friend observe rising gas prices and oil prices. The friend is portrayed as a worrywart who frequently fears negative outcomes. The narrator used this observation to invest in an undervalued oil company, making a substantial profit. 2. Using stops in stock market. The passage highlights the importance of using stops in stock market investing. A stop is a command that automatically sells a stock when its price begins to drop, helping to limit losses and maximize gains. 3. Overcoming fear and negative thinking. The narrator suggests that many people focus on their fears and negative thoughts rather than what they want. This can lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled goals. The passage encourages adopting a more proactive and positive mindset. 4. Embracing desire and greed. The passage argues that a healthy amount of greed or desire can be a powerful motivator. It encourages individuals to ask themselves, what's in it for me? And use their desires to drive progress and success. 5. Developing good financial habits. The narrator's rich dad emphasizes the importance of financial habits. Paying oneself first, before other expenses, is a key principle. It's seen as a motivation to seek additional income and become financially stronger. 6. Overcoming arrogance. The passage discusses the negative impact of arrogance. It suggests that when people are arrogant, they underestimate the importance of what they don't know. The advice is to educate oneself and seek out experts when ignorant about a subject. Overall, the passage offers insights into financial and investment strategies, as well as personal development and mindset. Chapter 8 of the book discusses several key principles for getting started on the path to financial success. Here's a summary of the main points. 1. Find a reason greater than reality. The chapter emphasizes the importance of having a strong purpose or reason for pursuing wealth. It's not just about wanting to be rich. It's about understanding and deeply connecting with the reasons you want to achieve financial success. The author shares his personal wants and don't wants to illustrate this concept. 2. Make daily choices. Your daily choices, particularly in how you spend and invest your money, are crucial in determining your financial future. The chapter encourages investing in education and continuously learning about financial matters. It stresses that your mind is your most valuable asset, and you should feed it with knowledge. 3. Choose friends carefully. The people you associate with can significantly impact your financial journey. Having friends with diverse financial backgrounds can provide valuable perspectives and knowledge. However, it's also essential to avoid negative influences from people who are financially insecure or pessimistic. 4. Master a formula and then learn a new one. Financial success often involves finding and mastering specific methods or formulas. Once you've achieved success with one formula, don't stop there. Continue learning and exploring new approaches to making money. 5. Pay yourself first. Self-discipline is crucial for financial success. The concept of pay yourself first means saving and investing a portion of your income before paying your expenses. This discipline ensures that you're consistently building wealth rather than spending everything you earn. In essence, this chapter highlights the mindset and principles that are essential for achieving financial success, emphasizing the importance of a strong purpose, lifelong learning, wise associations, continuous self-improvement, and disciplined financial habits. The text discusses various principles related to financial intelligence and wealth building. These principles are outlined as follows. 1. Low self-esteem and financial pressure. People with low self-esteem and low tolerance for financial pressure often struggle to become rich. The text emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and internal control. 2. Management skills. Instead of solely focusing on products or services, individuals, especially entrepreneurs, should develop management skills, particularly in the areas of cash flow, people, and personal time. 3. Pay yourself first principle. This principle, borrowed from the richest man in Babylon, stresses the importance of saving and investing before paying bills. The text highlights that many people talk about it but do not follow through. 4. Understanding cash flow. Effective understanding of cash flow is essential to financial success. The text presents diagrams to illustrate the difference between individuals who pay themselves first and those who don't. 5. Managing debt. The text advises against getting into excessive consumer debt and emphasizes the importance of setting up manageable bills. 6. The power of good advice. Investing in quality professional advice, such as brokers, attorneys, and accountants, is crucial for financial success. The text underlines the value of such professionals who can provide valuable information and help you make money. 7. Getting something for nothing. Wise investors focus on getting their money back quickly and acquiring assets that provide returns beyond the initial investment. 8. Using assets to buy luxuries. Rather than buying luxuries outright, the text recommends using assets to generate the necessary funds. It provides an example of a father teaching his son financial lessons by requiring him to invest and double his money before buying a car. The overall message is that financial intelligence is about making informed and disciplined financial decisions, which may involve taking risks, using assets wisely, and seeking professional advice to achieve long-term financial goals. This passage focuses on several key principles regarding financial intelligence and personal development. 9. Choose heroes. The author emphasizes the importance of having heroes or role models who inspire and guide your actions. Heroes make things look easy and serve as a source of motivation and learning. They encourage individuals to emulate their success. 10. Teach and you shall receive. Giving and being charitable are essential aspects of financial intelligence. The author shares the lesson learned from his rich dad, who believed in tithing and the idea that if you want something, you should give it first. The principle of reciprocity is highlighted, suggesting that giving will result in receiving. In summary, this passage underscores the value of role models or heroes in guiding your actions and highlights the importance of giving and teaching as a means to attain personal growth and success. It also touches on the concept of reciprocity, where giving can lead to receiving. In this chapter, the author provides a practical to-do list for those who want to take action and apply the principles discussed in the book, which are related to financial intelligence and investment. 1. Stop doing what's not working. Take a break, assess what is working and what isn't, and avoid repeating the same unsuccessful actions. 2. Look for new ideas. Seek out new investment ideas, even those you know nothing about, by reading books and exploring unique subjects. 3. Learn from those who have succeeded. Find someone who has achieved what you want to do, take them to lunch, and ask for their insights and tips. This can provide valuable guidance and mentorship. 4. Take classes, read, and attend seminars. Continuously educate yourself by taking classes, reading, and attending seminars related to your areas of interest. Knowledge is a key driver of success. 5. Make lots of offers. When pursuing real estate or other opportunities, make multiple offers. Be open to negotiation and don't be afraid to make offers with escape clauses. 6. Market research and networking. Actively engage with the market, people, and opportunities. This is similar to dating. You need to talk to many, make offers, negotiate, and learn from interactions. 7. Regularly observe the market. Jog, walk, or drive through areas you're interested in investing in. Look for signs of change and potential bargains. Profit often comes from both a good deal and change. 8. Shop for bargains in all markets. Recognize that buying at the right time is key. While consumers look for sales in supermarkets, they often run away from market crashes. Understand that profits are made when you buy, not when you sell. 9. Look in the right places. Utilize the right resources and methods for finding opportunities. For instance, you may find better deals at foreclosure auctions or other unconventional sources. 10. Look for people who want to buy. Sometimes, it's more advantageous to find buyers first and then identify sellers, especially in real estate. This can lead to more favorable deals. 11. Think big. Even if you're small, you can think big. Volume discounts and better opportunities often favor those who think on a larger scale. 12. Learn from history. Many successful businesses and individuals started small. History is full of examples where people achieved wealth and success after facing initial challenges. 13. Action over inaction. Remember that taking action is crucial. Action consistently trumps inaction. The author emphasizes that these actions should be put into practice, and taking action is essential for achieving financial success. In the final thoughts of the book, the author emphasizes the importance of increasing one's financial intelligence to address life's common problems. He illustrates this with a story of a friend who used financial intelligence to save for his children's college education and retirement simultaneously. The key takeaway is that the ability to convert earned income into passive or portfolio income is crucial for achieving financial freedom. The author also mentions the significance of education and knowledge in making informed financial decisions. The cash flow games are highlighted as valuable tools for learning about financial literacy and investing, and they are designed to teach fundamental and technical investing skills. The author concludes by stressing that people must understand the differences in the 3 types of income and the skills required to acquire and protect those incomes, as this knowledge is essential for achieving wealth and financial freedom. The final message encourages readers to take action and make choices that lead to financial success, emphasizing the importance of financial education and passing this knowledge on to future generations.